A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this collective reading. Here I would be talking about an energy, and this is an important energy because this is a big shift happening within a lot of people who are both divine feminines and divine masculines. Because twin flame journey is not about a specific divine masculine or feminine, it's about collective pool of people. It's about people who are carrying the code of divine masculine to heal the divine feminine energy, and then some people are carrying the codes of divine feminine energy to heal divine masculine energy. Now, I would be talking about certain important energy shifts happening, okay? Because usually twin flames suffer because they are more reactive. That's what they are taught to be, and they care about getting validation from their partners and even other people in general. They also have the fear of losing them in whatever way. It's not always a romantic setup. They just feel or fear that they would lose them. And when I say they would lose them means whosoever they are in love with. And before they find the right person, or let's say before they enter the true twin flame journey, the true twin flame connection, before that they enter or they stay in the false twin flame connection as well. So, twin flames don't suffer because the other person is right or wrong. They suffer because their nervous system seeks validation instead of safety within. And this channeling focuses on inner regulation, magnetic strength, and self sovereignty rather than trying to fix, chase, or control the other person. And trust me, a twin flame monad has to meet, initially, they have to meet those who make them go through all this fear and havoc. Then they also meet people, two types of people. One who cannot handle their relationships, personal relationships at all, and cannot even conduct themselves properly. They could be from any field. And then they also meet those who are good mediums, good channelers. They also meet people who have gained mastery in healing themselves and healing others. And they learn from their body language, they learn from their confidence, which is a good thing. So they're going to meet both types of people. They also might sort of give a lot of faith to the wrong people in order to figure out that they should not be doing so. Most importantly, our energy comes from faith towards divine. But to strengthen that faith, we need to go through certain experiences and we need to meet both types of people. We need to see duality in this manner, some kind of contradiction. And then we learn about self-definition and emotional self-containment. Let me talk about the sun and moon alchemy for inner power and union. The sun teaches you self-definition, as I just spoke about, because your worth does not come from those who choose you, it rather comes from who you are. And the moon teaches you emotional self-containment, where you do not need external reassurance to feel safe. When we stop seeking validation, our energy becomes magnetic instead of being needy. And we cannot lose what's truly ours. And I would like to say something here. For a long time, we always think that somebody is ours, something is ours, some achievement is ours. But actually, no. Our relationship with ourselves is the most important thing. How we feel when we are with ourselves. So, yes, fear appears when love is outsourced to another person, people and person is same, people, person, place and or situation. Another important thing that I'm going to talk about here is that the twin flame mirror activates your abandoned wound so it can be healed, not fed. Because usually, when someone has a wound, they start giving the energy to the wound not to heal it but to make it worse. And it's all about unlearning what you've learned wrongly, things that give you pain or trouble. And it's okay to be yourself. I think most importantly, we feel a lot of guilt and remorse. Human beings in general who are programmed, we feel guilt and remorse for even normal things. Like, people always apologize for normal things. People apologize for being in pain. People apologize for uh, being in some kind of emotional distress as well. But being childlike is about just being yourself, especially when something is happening absolutely naturally. The next thing is that every time you regulate your emotions instead of reacting, your body rewires into confidence. And it takes time, or I think it takes practice. We have to keep doing it over and over and over again. Love also does not require anxiety because anxiety is a survival response. It's not a soulmate signal. And I don't even, believe in the typical soulmate concept. I have to be honest about it. This channeling and all the work, all the inner work that we do is actually about this only, that certain words are given, certain words exist in the vocabulary so that we can just have ease of communication. But then we people start giving it so much meaning and we start associating our happiness with it, and then it starts making us unhappy. So we will talk about this also in this channeling. And some of the things that I'm talking about, I will not elaborate too much on it. However, I will elaborate on some really key points that I'm talking about right now. So, when you choose calm over drama, your endocrine system stabilizes, and this is where true attraction is born. And our endocrine system is the most important. Nervous system and endocrine system, it's like the most important. Nervous system is the real relationship, not the text messages, not the silence, or not the story, not even anything else like a person does or does not do. Because most people, we are taught to run or chase, but you don't have to chase love. You have to become someone where love can relax inside. So the sun within you is self-trust, moon within you is self-soothing, and when they unite, desperation disappears. Twin flames are triggered because they care. Twin flames are triggered because they care, but maturity is caring without losing yourself. And when we stop watching other people's behavior, we then can change our vibration, because what other people do should not ideally have an impact on you in a way that it disturbs your peace. And your stillness is more powerful than any emotional reaction. The more you respect your boundaries, the more others unconsciously respect you. So you're not here to prove your worth, you're just here to embody it. And love returns when fear is no longer the loudest voice in your body. And I'm going to talk about this for sure, this whole body language and energy, how it speaks to other people. Because this also creates one more energy. When you stop trying to be chosen, you become impossible to ignore. Confidence is quiet and insecurity is loud. This is so important, and nobody's going to judge you for this. To be honest, we all learn from making mistakes, and we all learn from suffering unnecessarily, and we learn from our failures. So it is okay if you fail, it is okay if you make mistakes. Nobody is going to judge you, nobody is judging you. Choose the quiet power. because this quiet power is what is going to make you feel happy and healed. And union happens when you no longer need to feel whole, because literally you know that you're already whole and complete, not just theoretically but practically. And trust me, Lord God Almighty is going to give you tools. It's going to give you tools, make you meet people, make you go through certain difficult situations. When you solve the puzzle, it's all going to make sense to you. Okay? So the sun and moon is the mastery, because the sun and moon combination is the mastery, which is Ida and Pingla Nadi healing. And Ida and Pingla is literally divine, feminine and masculine, if you translate it, healing. And the sun builds identity, the moon builds emotional safety. Together they end the runner chaser cycle. So now I'm going to talk about the nervous system, how the nervous system is the real relationship, not the text messages, not the silence, not the story. I'm going to unfold this from 3 layers. The 3 layers of spirituality, logic, and metaphysics. And all 3 are very important. So, spiritual truth is that twin flames trigger the nervous system. So, your twin flame, so you are a twin flame basically. I've explained it to many people in personal sessions. You are the twin flame, okay? You have the twin flame energy. So, you are going to meet somebody who will not be sent to you to make you feel comfortable. Rather, they meet you to wake you up. I will also not talk about waking each other up here, because sometimes it may not be necessary that you have to wake the other person up, because the other person is just playing the mirror role, the catalyst. It's not about them at all, but we make it about them always. On a soul level, you and the other person at a certain point share a certain similar kind of core frequency, which you need to let go and upgrade from. And they may be showing you some things that you don't want to see. But as I said, if this person is supposed to play the role of the mirror, they will literally show you what you are reflecting. And this can be taken as feedback, this can be taken as help, and it's all about becoming guilt-free. A lot of times when you're changing and the other person changes, you feel that you have started acting as someone who has the control. But that's not true. You suffer a lot to realize that if you change, you will be at peace, and then the other person is gonna let you be at peace as well. Many a times we don't know how to be at peace and how to love ourselves. And it's true. And so many episodes happen in this life. So many events happen in this one life, which the whole idea is just to teach us, teach us to be at peace, teach us to be happy. And true happiness is not what the marketing happiness is all about. So when you are close with that person, when you find that person, the romantic catalyst, I would say, everything that's not love, it rises to be healed. Abandonment wounds, unworthiness, fear of loss, rejection, trauma. And nervous system is where all these wounds live in. So when your twin flame pulls away, ignores, delays, acts inconsistently, or they give you a lot of pain, they hurt you in different ways, their behavior, whatever the behavior is, different patterns they have, this is basically activation of old survival trauma which is stored in the body. So bear with me when I say this, guys. It has to be recognized first. Otherwise, how will you know? How will you find out what needs to go? And for that, you might have to go through certain situations or certain days or certain, I would say, experiences you have with them that make you realize that you have to detach more and more in order to love in the real way, to experience love in the true manner. So the soul knows that the bond is eternal, but the body fears being left. And the body is going to show the other person what it fears about via the body language. I will talk about body language later on. First, I will talk about the nervous system. So, this is where the split appears. Twin flame journey is not about will they text me, will they call me, are they going to be loyal to me, do they care about me, do they want me. Twin flame journey is about can my nervous system feel safe even when they don't do all of this. Can my nervous system be trained to feel faith? So, friends, when safety is restored inside you, union becomes possible outside of you. The logical truth is why obsession, anxiety, and longing are body based. Or you can say body based also means energy. Okay. So, if love comes from another person, then a text would bring peace, silence would create pain, attention would also equal worth. But this is not love, this is dopamine addiction and attachment trauma. The nervous system learns, or it's taught, that if I'm chosen, I'm safe, and if I'm ignored, I'm in danger. So, when the twin flame doesn't create pain, they activate the wound that already exists. And that's why two people can experience the same silence, which makes one person feel very peaceful and other person feels like they're dying. But you know what? These two people, both the people are actually in one person in most cases when you're dealing with the twin flame healing. Now, you guys can work with me one-on-one in the wonderful therapy sessions that I've created. Actually, there are therapy courses, and courses can be repeated as well. Many people have taken the same course multiple times also, or once or twice, more than once, basically, that's what I wanted to say. And it helps them to regulate their nervous system, their endocrine system, and it's not like something which has to happen uh, like a forceful thing. It happens also as you go along, and not just one area we work on. We work on our finances, we work on our relationships, we work on our family. I think everything is interconnected because how we do one thing is how we do everything. But we can do them one by one also, because we, let's say, fail in our family dynamics a lot, and then we learn to fix it and we are pretty good with it. Then comes the relationship part, the romantic part. Then side by side we can also focus on the career. For some people, I feel it goes all hand in hand. Everything is interconnected, and for some people we do it step by step. And for that, of course, I would be asking certain questions. I would be talking in the first session only. In first second session we establish these areas, the patterns, and then as we go along the journey, automatically people tell me that this is my pattern as well. Like me reacting to somebody is my pattern, or me feeling bad about it is my pattern, or me, let's say, getting judged or feeling bad about getting judged is my pattern. Why should I feel bad about being judged? Those type of patterns we figure out. So, like I said, it is silent, and one person can feel peaceful and the other can feel that they cannot handle it. But how do you know about it? Are you looking at someone and they're showing this to you, and then you feel concerned, and then you start doing things for them so that they are feeling safe, which means there's a part of you, there's an important part of you, let's say, or is a, if not important, it's a part of you that keeps coming up, it keeps popping up from time to time, which also feels difficulty or uncomfortable when they are experiencing silence, or they don't want to enter silence. They know silence is beautiful, solitude is beautiful, but they don't want to enter it for whatever reasons. And then they feel like, oh my God, this is not good at all. So our sympathy towards somebody can come from many reasons, empathy or sympathy. One, it could be that we have really achieved a lot and now we genuinely want to help other people. But again, you cannot help people, especially those people who do not want your help. Okay? And if you have that really dire need to help others, even when they don't want your help, then that means there's a part of you that needs to be healed. Really intensely you want to heal that part of you. That's why you're so triggered when you see someone in a difficult situation. But when they don't want to be helped and you're forcing them, you want to help them, you want to advise them, you want to counsel them, or you want to do whatever it takes to just teach them, it doesn't work in the right way, because then they are going to act in a certain way or certain ways, different ways, that is going to make you upset, because they're going to actually apply it onto you. Mostly that happens. That's how it works. But if they actually want your help, if they come to you and they tell you, like, I really want to fix it, and you can see like they are expressing it clearly that I really want to change this, or really I'm suffering with this and please help me, then they are seeking guidance from you, and they have suffered enough to be in that place where they want your help. And again, the discernment is, you have to understand how much of help do you need to give to someone. If you feel that after a certain point you need to step out, you need to step away, then you must. Especially the person tells you that, no, I don't want to talk to you, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that, or you see they're acting difficult, then that means it's a non-verbal way of telling you that you need to step away. In relationships, it happens a lot. We want to talk to the other person, we want to be around the other person, or we want to advise them, or we're probably reacting to their energy a lot of times. That can be true. Like, there's a doubt in your mind that they could be, let's say, doing something wrong to you, they could be hiding something from you, or lying to you about something, or they could be doing something which you don't like, you feel uncomfortable about it. And you then also have a pattern of fear of losing this person, let's say, or you want to be that angel at that point in time who's rescuing them. You maybe want to rescue that person for the sake of your relationship, for the sake of your peace of your relationship. Maybe you have a mutual goal with this person, or you feel like, this person can help you achieve something, so you want them to be a certain way, but they're not acting in that manner, and that pisses you off, that makes you go angry. Or maybe they made a commitment to you, but now they're not fulfilling it. The nervous system is going to, go through it, basically feel the discomfort. So this particular channeling is trying to tell you that instead of trying to help them out, trying to give them advice, silence is a much better way, or detachment is a much higher, better way. Because if it had to be worked out like that, then you didn't have to make so much effort to communicate with that person, with your loved one, whosoever it is. You would have just gone up to them and told them that, or they would have just walked up to you. You probably had the understanding, because I feel personally this also, when you need to have the understanding about something, understanding also is within you. And it's a very powerful way of living your life. And it's okay to suffer, it's okay to fail, it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to think that maybe other people are judging you, but actually they are not. They're all dealing with their own stuff. And it's all about divine timing. If those people, if anyone for that matter, doesn't want to connect with you, doesn't see, and now I'm not talking about romantic connection, I'm talking about other people in general as well. If they don't want to connect with you, if they don't see any greatness in whatever you are sharing, that's okay. That person is not the last person on earth, and that person is not the writer of your destiny, and that person is also maybe not around you for a certain reason based on divine timing. So we need to just let it be. We need to surrender. The third important thing that I'm going to talk about is the metaphysical truth about this fact. About this fact that your nervous system is the real relationship, you know. Because twin flames are connected through the field and not through communication, and energy travels through the body and not the phone or not the devices or not the tactics or not the even the physical efforts you see. I mean, I can give some examples. I mean, I knew about a couple in that sense. So if the girl is walking on the street and let's say her shoelaces are open, the man would stop her, bend over, tie the laces, and then say to her, "Let's walk. Now let's walk." That's a beautiful romantic gesture or gesture of caring for someone. Okay, but let's say if there is some kind of healing that's not happening, or that's some kind of wound, abandonment wound, or some kind of destiny related experience. I mean, you can say the female is confident and loving and they have a good natural bonding, everything is there. But maybe because of some reason, she chooses a person who has to go away to work. And let's say they have beautiful children as well, okay? Beautiful, healthy kids, very cute and adorable, and they both love each other, but they have some kind of fear over money, or they have some kind of fear about lifestyle, status, society, or they have some issue, some debt. Now the guy who's very loving and caring has to leave this female, his partner, and has to go to a faraway country and live there and work over there just to make both ends meet. Just to, let's say, if not even both ends meet, just for social status or a green card or something. And they're doing it for the future of their kids only. But to build the future of the kids, in present scenario, they're not even around the kids because one of the parent is not there. So they're just making calls or video calls or messages. But there's a certain pain over there. There's a certain kind of separation. And I see this in a lot of couples actually nowadays. Even while growing up, I saw it. And let's say there's another couple where the laces are open and let's say the female notices it. The man keeps walking. She bends over to tie it. The man waits for her to do it. She gets up. And then they start walking again together. Now, this may not look like a very romantic pair, because, oh, look at the guy. He is just standing there and watching, and the girl is doing it all by herself, buckling up her shoelaces. But still, they are sort of so independent that they don't need to go away from one another. They can be with each other. They can even be in separate rooms under the same roof, but they're still very independent. And I'm not saying I'm not judging anyone who is in a long distance relationship. This is an example that came to me. Sometimes we make comparisons based on the physical effort and we think that there is no healing required. And lots of people make comparisons based on the romantic gestures. But deep within, maybe even behind those romantic gestures, there could be people who still have a lot of insecurity and they need to go through some kind of healing process. So twin flames, they do not operate via physical or verbal communication, because the energy moves through the heart, the vagus nerve, the gut, the endocrine system, and the electromagnetic field, not WhatsApp or not physical efforts. And yes, you can actually use the same example and make comparisons in another way. Let's say there's a couple and they're in long distance relationship, and yet the other person is constantly calling, messaging, sending videos, photos, sending gifts. Even if they live in another country. Like, I remember there was also one couple like this. They were in a long distance relationship and they lived far, far away. But the guy would always, and this is not the time when we had, Swiggy, Zomato, or Porters, or all these applications which have made things very easy to be sent to another person, sorry, to other people is what I meant to say. That time, it was still the time of couriers and people placing orders and things like that. But the guy would always find a way to send something to his beloved. Either it would be a beautiful dress or very timely birthday cakes, or let's say wedding celebration related gifts, or anything, money also for that matter. And the people, like partners, I would notice, they were always talking about each other to other people, always very committed, and always always very sweet about each other. Whenever they would talk to each other, they would talk about how much they miss each other, the longing and all of that. So yes, we can say both. Anything is okay, anything is good, anything can be romantic, but it totally depends on how we see it. If a person is very secure, and if a person is very independent, emotionally stable, then it really won't matter to them whatever they do, whatever the other person does. And if they are not secure, then they can be sleeping together, eating together, going out together, but fighting together. In fact, sometimes I feel even fights and then going back to each other is not a bad thing. Like, you can fight and go back to each other, it's okay. So everything is about regulating the nervous system, which should not which ideally should not be about panic and obsession, longing and jealousy, and fear of losing your person. It should be about the opposite of all of this. And once it's regulated, you're not going to do any of these things. So when it's regulated, you feel grounded, you feel magnetic, you feel self-contained, you feel very peaceful, and you feel a quiet confidence. Okay? What is the metaphysical law? That a regulated nervous system emits a coherent field, and a dysregulated nervous system emits desperation. So twin flames are pulled towards coherence, not chasing, explaining, pleading, or even judging for being who you are, feeling guilty for being yourself. It's about inner stability. So the real union, we're talking about it for the collective, is when your hormones have stabilized, your aura is steady, your body language shifts, your eyes are soft, your presence is attractive, you stop needing love, you become love. And that's when the runner stops running. And you can be in a really bad place sometimes. You can be in pain also, and you will see people responding to you in a much nicer way, because you just lose the fear. Most people are afraid of their own nervous system that reacts to intimacy. So you have to heal your own, and then only the relationship can heal. Because when you force it, your energy field is changed. It will change. So this is basically the first part of this channeling. I have more to talk about. I have more to relay to you guys, because I'm picking on to divine masculines and feminines who are leading the collective right now, who are the leaders of this wave that's healed, and it's going to heal others. So I will continue talking about this for personal sessions and for readings, tarot plus intuitive, and also healing. Major change happens from healing that leads to activating certain codes in within your energy field. So all of that you can do with me. You can check out the description box for the details. You can also get my book, In the Name of Love, A Journey of Finding Your Ultimate Soulmate. The link is also given in the description box. The book is available on Amazon Kindle. That's the latest edited version. Okay. And you can become my Patreon to support it. Also, some people told me that they cannot find the join button on my page since a while now. So I will check through it. But in case you want to join, you can do that and you will be able to become a part of the live channelings. Just help me out with this. Try to look for it. If you find it, please comment below. If you don't find it, also please comment me. I will see you in the next one. One love, peace out, and Victor to Ram.